Welcome to Research and Writing in the Digital Age for grades K through 2 with Katie Eklund, Part 2. In this part, we're going to be talking about utilizing charts and graphic organizers. Graphic organizers are a great way to teach research and writing to students. Research teaches them how to collect the information to be able to access it later or utilize it later when they're writing or doing any projects. Writing, it helps them teach them how to organize their writing throughout each step. So let's dive in to our digital tools that will help us make some graphic organizers for our students. The tools we're going to be focusing on today are Google Slides and Google Drawing. Google Slides and Google Drawing build exactly the same way. The only difference is Google Slides allows for multiple pages and Google Drawings is only one page. Right here, I have an example of a Google slide deck where I have multiple graphic organizers already created. If I go into my drive and click New, hover over More, and go to Google Drawings, you'll see that I will make a blank drawing right here. This blank drawing can only have one page, but it works exactly just like Google Slides. All of the same tools are there and they're available for you. So those are just two different tools. Doesn't really matter which one you use. You can accomplish any of the examples we're going to be talking about today utilizing those two tools. Right here, I have two different bit.lys for you, and they are case sensitive. So when you type them out, make sure you type capitals where you see capitals. And these will take you to two different areas full of templates. This first one will take you to a Google Drive folder that looks just like this, and it is full of lots of graphic organizer ideas from lots of fellow educators that you can utilize. The only thing about some of these is you'll see that they are JPEGs. They are JPEGs, you can still print them out and use them. They just may not be editable. So I'm going to show you how to take one of these and turn it into something that you can edit. Okay, so say for example, I wanted to make this really cool looking bubble map, but I maybe wanted to customize it and edit it. I could do this in Google Drawing or in my slides, but we're going to focus on Google Drawing. I could simply just recreate it by adding in my shape. So I can start by adding in my first shape right there in the center. I can use my normal editing tools to change the color. Maybe I want it to be transparent, to have a little bit thicker of a line. I can have my first one there. And if I'm going back to my image and looking at my option, I can see my center one's a little bit bigger with smaller ones around the outside. So maybe I'm going to go ahead and make this bigger by just clicking and dragging and then getting it to the center of my page. Once I've done that, I can then go back and just simply continue drawing. So I'm going to start drawing my first smaller circle on the outside. I can change the color to match, or I can pick a new color. And then I'm going to connect it because as we saw in our example, we have our connecting ones. When you select your line tool and you hover over a shape, you'll see that you will see dots that will help you connect shape to shape. So I highly recommend using that by clicking and then connecting to the other shape. You can edit your line when it's selected by changing the color, the thickness, the style, and a start and end point. If I wanted to be consistent with my circles, I could go back to my selecting tool and I could simply copy and paste this or do Control D, or if I'm on a Mac, Command D to duplicate this a couple of times, right? So then I could continue building my circle around just like we saw in the bubble map example. So this would be a way to do that and to customize this. And you would just follow those same steps, put your circles where you want, select your line tool, and then connect them as needed when you're ready. Once I have this completed, you'll want to make sure that you give it a title. So I would call this bubble map. And then I could utilize this. You could also, inside of Google Drawings, go and you could download this as a PDF if you wanted to share it as a PDF, or different image options. If you built this in Google Slides, when you go to download, you do have the option also to download as a PowerPoint, if that's an easier way to share. If you are sharing with students inside of Google Classroom, you can take this and you can make it and select it from your Google Drive and then select any, make a copy for your student, right? That final option when you add it from your drive, because then it will copy it automatically and then they'll have their own chart. So you don't have to worry about downloading it or anything. You can put it into Google Classroom. But the key is with that, you have to own it. So if you come in here and you're using any of these templates, you're going to have to make your own copy, right? Or build it inside of your own tool, whether it be Google Drawing or Google Slides, and then you can put it inside of Google Classroom. So that would be one way to utilize either of these tools and create your own, use any of the ones from the first template link. The second template link right here is a really great template collection from TCEA that I absolutely love to use. And what's great about this is all I did is this is a 108-page document. So I just did Control F or Command F, depending if I'm on a Mac or a PC. And I typed in the word graphic to find all of my examples of graphic organizers. And you can very quickly, easily view them and or make your own copy and just start using them right away. So this would be another great way to build it in. And I will tell you, there are lots and lots and lots of graphic organizer options in here. So I love this one because they are pre-made. You don't have to make them, but I wanted to make sure to show you how to make your own by simply using Google Drawings or Google Slides, just inserting this information that you want to make, or you can come in and find one that's already pre-made. Just make sure if you're going to use one from this collection that you get and make your own copy again, because you'll have to make sure that you share your own copy, whether it be through a tool like Google Classroom or another way, but you want to make sure you grab that copy of it. So both of these links right here are very helpful, have lots of graphic organizers in there. So you can start by creating your own. You can start by going in and making a copy and using a pre-existing one. But what I want you to focus on is using graphic organizers in your research and writing with your students. So now it's your turn. Go ahead and create at least one graphic organizer or maybe a set of graphic organizers for your next research and writing lesson. You'll want to make sure you include all parts of the writing process. So that may mean that you're going to be creating a few different graphic organizers. That could be something for your pre-writing or even taking it before your pre-writing, your research, right? You want to make a graphic organizer so they can organize and collect their research and then use that to make their drafting and so on and moving forward through the writing process. So go try this out and create some graphic organizers.